I've been living in New York about 6 years now, and when I first moved there, I had a huge fear I was gonna get mugged, constantly. Like every time I left the house, I was like, here it comes. Someone's gonna take everything. I got over my fear because I learned a trick, and now I use this trick all the time. Whenever I think someone might try to beat me up or mug me, I fake a Russian accent. You're welcome. It's genius. I'll be walking home late at night. Two dangerous looking thugs walk up to me like, yo, man, you know what neighborhood you're in? You think this bad neighborhood? Russians are the scariest white people. They've earned it. I'm so scared of them that I guarantee you if I was lost, dangerously lost, there is no way I'd ask a Russian for directions. Just real quick, like, sir, help me. Please help me. How do I get to the subway? This subway? Walk down the street and turn corner. Yeah, screw that. I think I'm just gonna stay lost.
Ahoy, tent pirates, plant parents, conscious consumers, and the morbidly curious. Welcome to Cultivation Conversation, a podcast for growers by growers. Come chat with our hosts, Captain Autoflower, the real green Monsta, and myself, Girl Go Grow. Grab a bouquet of your favorite flowers, apparatus of choice, and don't forget the fire while I tell you about the special companies that help keep this ship afloat. We are busy people, and we demand the best for our plants, so all three of us automate our grows with autopots. Available in over 63 countries, gravity-powered autopot systems rely on no pumps, no timers, and no power to operate. This plant-driven automated watering is so precise, it will reduce consumption of feed while increasing yield. An effective and efficient way to delegate a little responsibility. Let your plants feed themselves. Use code CC10 at autopot-usa.com. If quality is the name of your game, look no further than AC Infinity. AC Infinity's grow tents, lights, accessories, and ventilation systems offer reliability and affordability along with total environmental control. Use code CULTIVATION on acinfinity.com to save even more. Frass Valley produces the highest quality superworm frass. Naturally strengthen your plants and enhance their resistance to pests and disease. Use code CC10 at frassvalley.com. We are big fans of Mass Hydroponics. Whether you're a local in Massachusetts or accessing their full online catalog, they are your one-stop shop for all of your growing needs. Use code CC10 at mass-hydro.com.
What is going on, everybody out there in podcast land?
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, my darlings.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome, motherfuckers, in the chat.
Yay, hello, chat.
East Ma, Strong Island, Nug Shrub, Badger Bank, or Badger Bunk. Mike's Tackle Life. Grateful Gardener. What up, guys?
Welcome.
And
Welcome
Keith.
to the shit show.
See Keith W. Welcome back, guys.
Yay.
Yeah, for sure. How are you guys doing? Monsta, G3. How you been?
I'm sick. Again.
Fuck.
I'm always fucking sick. Goddamn children. Walking
Smoke
petri dishes.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
they go back to school and just fucking breed germs.
Oh my gosh. It's awful. It's awful. And I've got like two kids in two different schools bringing up two different sets of germs.
Nice.
There isn't enough awesome in the world. So, yes, I'm sick again. So if I'm
Enough
a little
what?
subdued tonight, Ossamine. Ossamine is a terpene. It happens to be a natural decongestant. So if you're really stuffy, find a strain with ossamine in it. It'll help your nose run.
I never
Shit, I never even heard of that one before.
Yep.
What?
Well,
So like, what does it occur naturally? They put it in like pharmaceuticals for coughs and stuff. What's up?
I mean, it's in very small amounts in cannabis. So
Okay.
I'm not sure where else it exists, honestly.
Not particularly a primary terpene.
It's not a primary terpene. It, although there are more strains with higher amounts of it now, I would put it on the same level as like humulene. So,
Oh, okay.
like, it's just one of the lesser terpenes. You're not going to see it all the time. You're not going to see it in huge amounts. When you do, that's unusual. But yes, ossamine is a natural decongestant.
Okay.
So,
Man, fuck, I definitely could use some of that myself. Yeah, definitely something going around, but
yeah.
I like I continue, like it's weird. I got a little chest congestion too. So I'm like, every time I take a hit, I'm like, extra coughs. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
gotta do what
I
you
really
gotta
have
do.
to, like, my smoking reduces dramatically, especially when I've got like throat stuff going on. I don't like having a sore throat. I don't like coughing more than I
terrible.
absolutely have to. It makes it way worse. So my smoking drops significantly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Make some edibles or something.
Yep. That's the plan.
Cool. Well, that's great plan. What, I mean, if you are smoking tonight, then what are you smoking on?
I'm not. Although before the show, the reason why is because I had some miracle fruit rosin before I came down here, and I like hacked up a lung. I was like, that not very demure, not very mindful. So we're just going to like not do that tonight.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I may cough an extra time or two, but I'm not gonna quit my favorite hobby for the sake of you fuckers. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And the extra raspy voice, it happens. But, yeah. So, what Monster? What about you? What you got in the pipe, man?
Looking at Gibbet tonight before the show. I'm looking at my phone because I don't remember what it was. I got a couple of joints from Big Green Guy. We smoked 2 while I was there, these 2, and then he sent me home with 2. So the first one I smoked before the show. They are exclusive freebies that are going to be in his box set, the September 26th for his drop. And the first one was I don't think they're named, but these are the crosses: Space Station Gold crossed with Fenrir.
Oh man!
Oh, does Space Station Gold? Does that have Cosmic Queen in it?
It does. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Yep. And then this one here is Purple Orbeez crossed with Fenrir.
Oof.
They sound good.
Man. Yeah, we'll have to think of some names for those. That's the job of the listeners out there.
Both really good,
Discord.
but he was a little, I don't know about sad, but so he also gave me some flour, gave me more George's root beer, which I'm fucking fired up about.
Oh, so good.
Love that shit.
So good.
I gotta try it. I really do.
Yeah, it's good smoke. And then he gave me some Frogception, which I was thoroughly impressed with. He said it wasn't really his jam. You know, he didn't really care for it a whole lot, but it was good smoke. But nice kind of like bright, colorful flower.
Ooh.
It's got like this old school incense, funk, skunk. It's hard to describe. Again, I think he hit it out of the park with this one. So shout out to BGG. Motherfucker's killing it.
Yeah.
You know,
don't miss his drop.
He's
good
got
stuff in there.
A great
Howling
stable.
Desserts. Ooh.
Yeah. Don't miss his drop. September 26th. Please.
Word.
Good stuff.
Where can we find that?
I believe he's got a website now. I'm not.
Is it greenguygenetics.com?
I bet if you go to his Instagram, the Green Guy Genetics, or go to his personal page, the Big Green Guy, I'm sure you could get all
or his Discord.
Do a brief
Discord.
Google search. Just exercise your Google foo. You find it in no time. Well, cool, man. Like, so you said it was like a savory? profile?
Which one?
The George's root beer.
Yeah, the George's root beer is super unique because I get like a sweet, kind of like it's hard to describe. I don't know, like a real sweet, tangy, vibe from it. It's hard to describe honestly because I've never smoked
like root beer.
I've never smoked
It's like a root beer float.
Never smoked anything like it.
That's cool, man.
Has
Yeah,
like a
it's
definite
unique.
creamy note to it. Oh, it's really good.
And
Yeah.
what kind of effects do you get from it?
So that's the thing. When I first started smoking it, I felt like it was kind of like an uplifting high. But the more I smoked it, it kind of makes me dumb. It's good, relaxing weed, makes you happy. Yeah.
Like it? Huh?
Yep.
It's like, so it's a relaxer, but not a couch locker from the sounds of it.
And cannabis can be, what is it called when they have two different, is it diphasic? That might not be the right word.
Know.
But where if you smoke a little bit, it can have a certain effect. And then if you smoke a lot, it'll have a different effect.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's just called being a cannabis addict. Just overindulgence.
Diphasic, maybe.
All right. So there's a technical term for it, you're telling me.
There is.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I get that a lot, like where it's like upbeat with like the first 2 or 3 hits, and then if you take any more than that, it's not so upbeat anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, you smoke
Down and
anything, I
out.
don't care how upbeat it is, like even some fucking real deal Durban, you're gonna, after that panic attack wears off from you smoking too much of it, you're gonna be fucking retarded. Yeah. What about you, Cap? What are you smoking on?
I got some new stuff. I pulled, I am in. We've gone past trim jail, my friends. I am in the trim gulag. I have been sentenced to work camp. I'm in the depths of Siberia in a gulag. You will trim for us, comrade. You grew more than you could consume.
There's your
why
right.
you grow so much? And if you no grow so much, you no trim so much.
Why you flip so late?
So,
that's the kicker. Yeah. That's all right, though.
So I mean, like good problem, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like the trim gulag's pretty chill. Like food's all right. The other people here.
You have a good system where you kind of like, they can kind of just hang out in suspended animation a little bit until you get to them.
Yeah,
listen,
so that's
if you're
that's
overwhelmed,
so key.
Badger's got a great suggestion here. Just fucking sift that shit.
Yeah,
Harvest the
it's starting to
trichomes.
speak my language. I'm telling you.
And
When it
look,
sifts
if
and
you need,
press it all.
if you need to know some techniques, Badger's the guy to fucking talk to.
What do you mean? Like just so?
There's multiple ways that you can wash it. You can get some screens. Go about it any way you want.
You would just
really.
like put everything out, like all your buds on like a big sift screen.
Yeah, a lot of people freeze them.
The
first.
120 micron screen.
A lot of people freeze them first.
Just shake it.
Some people use dry ice along with it. I don't think the dry ice is necessary. But
all right, I mean,
if it was me, I would wash them.
There's all sorts of ways. Like, yeah, if you're a washer, you can avoid the trim gulag for sure. I love flour. That's the issue.
Wait, that's the thing. You can have both.
There you go. See, Mama G's
sifted flour though.
Both is
no,
good.
you're overwhelmed. You're
like
overwhelmed with flour, right?
Top colas and then the rest of it.
And the rest
Wash
of
there
it
you go.
or process it in whatever way.
I like your thinking, like I definitely do, like I'll take, you got like the big branches, right? Just right off the main stem, big branches. Everything on the bottom half is kind of those bee nugs, those like, smalls, right? And everything on the top half, I mean, we're getting like, real nice, like that's a broken down top, but you could see it's got those nice natural foxtails on it. Super dense stuff. And this is that black lung, by the way, that I was growing, that like Romulan genetics black
What a
lung.
name.
And it's Mendo breath crossed with Romulan. And
Never.
I'm
just
sorry,
gonna
what were you going to say?
Mendo breath is fucking fire. Like, it gets a lot of hype.
Oh, but dude. This Mendo breath is the backbone of some of your favorites, Monsta, including, Pure Michigan, like some of the particularly nasty terp profiles I find come from this. And this was just like, for me, it's all on the savory end of the spectrum. And I truly just get like Slim Jim meat spices from this. It's almost like fucking gross. You know what I mean?
Ew.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got some nasty terps. Snap into some Mendo breath.
Nice.
Or black lung. But yeah, this one, dude, like, I don't know, this might be my keeper. I don't know. This one yielded the best. It's got the best shaped nugs. They look spectacular. Just like bag appeal is super high. It's really got a little bit of everything. It's just like, it's one of those terp profiles that ain't for everyone. But you know what? Mm-hmm. It's for me.
That's really all that matters.
Exactly.
As long as it floats your boat.
Yeah, dude, it does. It's like, it's definitely all savory. And I almost get like the second whiff, the third whiff they're kind of different. You know what I mean? That like first, you get that first impression, like tasting a fine whiskey, and that like the burn is what you taste first. And then it's like, all right, the second sip, I can appreciate the nuances a little more. And I'm getting like sesame oil and like Chinese food spices, like orange chicken, and
get some MSG in there.
What?
So, yeah, exactly, MSG and Kung Pao. Like, it's just wild to me, honestly, how varied the spectrum of cannabis terp profiles is. I'm convinced you could get any smell in the entire world, plus some smells that haven't even been smelled yet.
Probably. I mean, that George's, I've been smoking for a long time, and that George's root beer is different than anything I've ever experienced before.
Yeah. It really is. So,
yeah, it's all about the art. I'm sure like they'll come out with like, oh, you want a Big Mac? Here you go, in weed form. Oh, you want a taco? Here you go, in weed
Big Mac
form.
terps.
Yeah, you'll probably see that like synthetically. Like you see all these people with the fucking Dispo pre-rolls. They're like, it tastes like this and that, and it's like, I've tried some of them, and yeah, it does taste pretty good, but you can tell it's like synthetic, and I'm like, no, like, dude, pre-rolls are the shit that fucking falls on the floor.
The worst, dude. Do not.
The amount of waste that comes from pre-rolls is unbelievable. Like each individual wrapped one in a tube, like that stuff is never going to break down. I hate the amount of waste in the industry. It bothers me so much.
It's ridiculous. You talk about waste. Well, I mean, I wanted a live resin pen for a fucking trip, and it wasn't bad. It was $35 for a gram, but the packaging is ridiculous. And then this was inside Mylar on top of it, so I had to open the Mylar, take it out, take this out. Then you got this, like a 2-piece fucking box. Do we really need all that?
It's ridiculous. No. We do not need to individually wrap pre-rolls in plastic. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and now a trend I'm seeing too are disposables. Have you seen that? So they're literally like it's a battery and you just throw it away. Just throw it in the trash.
Yep. The amount of batteries that are just being thrown into the garbage is mind-blowing. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's fucking funny. What are you gonna do?
And everything in a Mylar pack, too. That's
nothing's ever going to degrade.
You know,
I think you're going to start to see a change, because I don't know about out that way, but out here we're already starting to see it. A lot of these MSOs are being pushed out there because it's a race to the bottom, right? Like, you can only do that for so long before it just like, all right, we're out of money. My investors said pull the plug, so that's what happens. And people, like there was a shop around the corner for me that just shut down, and I was happy to see it. So the strong will survive, though. Like you're gonna see the people that are doing it right survive, and then a lot of the shitty boof is just being pushed out, which is I'm glad to see that.
It's a great point, Badger. You know, no reason why everything isn't packaged in a hemp product.
Oh my
right?
gosh, see, that's brilliant. Like, why wouldn't
can't
they?
We, you know, use the like the branches and the stalks,
Yeah,
right?
the waste to actually create products and use
you want to
less.
know why the only reason they won't? Because it's more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
History of the world in summed up in like one sentence.
So frustrating.
Plastics are a petroleum product too, so I mean the world's fucking corrupt.
Truth, man. Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, guys, what's going on in your gardens? I want to talk about, like, Monsta's got the outdoor going, right?
Yep.
That coming to the finish?
It is coming to the finish. And so far so good. I've been scouting pretty much every other day because I can't get down there every day like I used to, every other day. And no bud rot, no PM, no pest issues.
Wow.
That's awesome. Has your weather been nice up there? Like last year, it was so rainy. Has it been super rainy at all? Or have you gotten nice weather like we have?
No, it's been pretty consistently good. Up by my way, it's not. I have some plants out back, nothing special. I've kind of abused them. Just trial and error growing organically. And they're not doing the greatest because we've had so much rain up here. And when it fucking rains, it pours. It really rains hard up here. But back on the coast where the humidity's been higher, that was my concern. You know, I would have thought that out in this part of the state I'd have better luck, but no, the weather's been great out there. Everything's good. The fucking plants are healthy. I got no complaints. Now that things are starting to cool down, I'm trying to get prepared for the indoor. Get my game together back on that shit. Haven't decided yet, but
you know what you're gonna run indoors?
No, I'm always I want to pop some seeds. I want to try something different. So I don't know exactly what yet. I'd like to tell you that I'd have it very numbered down to a few ones, but I really don't. I was looking through my bean collection and
same, dude.
There was like so many things that caught my eye, and I don't know. It'll be something. That's about all I can tell you.
Absolutely. Just like something will like stick out to you one day, or for whatever reason, you'll find like a gap in your selection. You know, some kind of profile that like you miss, that you don't have currently, that you want back in the stable.
I definitely want to try something new. I know that it's not going to be anything I've grown before. So I do know that much. I
love it.
I got this
new frontiers.
I will always keep, my favorites around. Like, for instance, this poor little bitch still in a solo cup.
Still, the poor thing.
So she's being kept alive,
content, dude.
She's being kept alive right now with one of those cheap LED shop lights that you get from Home Depot. It's like 40 watts, like
CFL bulb.
No, it's LED. You don't need a lot of light to keep moms alive, and the less light you give them, the slower they're going to grow. You don't really need to water them as much. Now, listen, I'm not telling you to do that to your fucking plant. That's abuse, okay? Shit's been crazy. I got to get her transplanted into a 5-gal and get her healthy again. And then, unfortunately, what I'll do is take cuts, make sure they root, and then she'll die. And we'll continue the process. But I want to keep that cut around. I really like that prayer glue cut. That's actually a breeder's cut from Mass Medical. So when you can get a cut from the breeder and
Try to keep it.
If you like it, you want to keep that shit around. I actually had to send him a cut. True story. He fucking needed me to send a cut to a friend of his.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it was cool to return the favor, you know?
Well, it's like, yeah, if a breeder sends out a cut, it's like kind of like they know that they can essentially get rid of it from their stable for a little bit, get it back from someone they sent it to.
I just wish I had unlimited space, man, because this shit I've lost over the years that I'd love to have still, like, you know. But at the end of the day, there's so much new stuff to try. I need to kind of get out of I'm set in my ways a lot of times, you know. It's like, yeah, I like this, I'm gonna grow it again. I know what it's gonna do, and it's easier for me that way. But I need to step outside my comfort zone and try some new things, you know. I mean, dude, a fucking retarded amount of seeds, you know, from a good network of breeders. What the fuck, you know? Try something new.
That's exciting, you know. You never know what you find when you're popping them beans.
Right.
But I think, I mean, I don't know. Are you going to do that grow along with us?
Oh, fuck
I could narrow it down for you.
Right behind me. I'm gonna put a little 2x2, a little 3x3.
All right,
that's where the grow along's gonna be. Right behind me.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. I posted a little info in the Discord about it the other day. You know,
I'm so excited.
It was October 18th. There's a drop. You know, Joint Custody's coming out with like basically 2 new worked lines of great looking stuff. Like it's like a double album release from your favorite band. It's fucking awesome. Like when Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness dropped.
Now I know what you're talking about, but I didn't hear you say who, just for the audience.
Oh, it was Joint.
Okay, I didn't know if it was when hosts aren't listening.
Joint custody scene.
Yeah. So he's been working with his PB and Cray is the one side, one line. Yep. And the other line is Gonzo Grape. That's right. Which was from his last like Supreme Leader release. Like it was in the box set. And like, you know, we were talking about last show, like every breeder then seemingly like picks their favorite child from that generation to like continue working with, in a sense, to like make new stuff. It's a very common way you see people going about it. So like one of his favorite child, if not his favorite, was that Gonzo Grape. And he's got like 8 different strains, like based on that, like built with his other stuff. Like it sounds amazing, really cool. So the deal is you can grow anything from those 2 families, you know, like anything on those two releases is part of the grow along. So it's like, you know, super loose. Pick your own strain. We'll probably
start like a couple weeks after the drop.
Yeah. I think like, you know, it'll be, you know, we will post and talk a lot more about it as it gets more official. And of course we will have Joint on, maybe even next week, but I'll talk to him.
See. He has that.
It's coming soon.
Ones where he crosses both of them. So he's got Gonzo Grape crossed with PB and Cray. It's like peanut butter and jelly. I'm so excited for that.
That's the peanut butter and jelly. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I know. It's like, you know, little savory, little fruity.
Little sweet, yeah. And I was not prepared. I knew that the PB and Cray was being dropped, but I did not know that the grape was coming out too. So that was
right. That was a bit of a surprise.
All of my plans.
If like honestly, guys, if you can't find something you like from those drops, then you got a problem. Like you got a real problem.
Yeah. I mean, look, like we said it before. We've had a lot of breeders on the show. If you want to try really any one of their gear, you're not going to be disappointed. So, I mean, shit. I'm fucking sitting here right now. I'm feeling pretty good off some BGG. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that joint stuff's fucking ridiculous too. Especially one of my faves is the BBOJ. Ooh.
So good. His blueberry limeade is killer too. So good. And he used that Cactus Breath, I think. Cactus Breath OG from Dabs for Dads, I believe. In that,
Yep.
the blueberry limeade. And he has that crossed with Gonzo Grape in one of these as well. So
Yeah. Nice.
There's so much cool stuff. Yeah, like Strong saying there's a banana pepper cross, like from I think it was Cosmic Wisdom. Like some super fire stuff, guys, that he just we will talk a lot more about it.
Yep. Exciting.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. We're gonna have a lot of prizes. We're gonna have all sorts of cool shit. He's giving away cash, right? It was like
straight cash, homie?
Straight cash, homie. Like,
wow. What the fuck?
I mean, really, I was like, we were talking about it, and he was like, I want to give away prizes. It's like, but ain't cash always the best? Like, yeah, I mean, it kind of is. I mean, like, in all likelihood, all the degenerates that we got listening that are going to participate are going to just buy more gross shit anyway. Mm-hmm. I need more seeds. But they have the option of like paying a bill, saving it.
Your electric bill.
Exactly. You have the option. That's the point. But yeah, real quick, I want to bring up, I don't have much going on in my garden. Like I'm in between, like I'm in the fucking
You're
gulag,
trimming a forest, dude.
Yeah,
we don't expect you to have more plants.
I ain't got much, but I do have some mother plants, we shall call them.
Why?
Because that is what they are, in fact.
They look pretty good when you showed them the other day.
Yeah, they're not, dude. They're doing really well, man. I'm happy with. I'm proud of them. That's why I'm going to show you.
Oh, okay. Well, when you put it in quotations, you were like, made it seem like they weren't any good.
No. They're doing really well. So like this is all only picture I got of them. They're in 1 gallon pots. It was like my super soil mix came straight from the same bin. After several weeks of not feeding them, that's all gone. So I'm straight up. I'm Athena team now. Team Athena, flat brim cap wearing Team Athena motherfucker over here. Okay.
Death to microbes.
I got the damn cap over there. I should grab it. But it's going better than expected. I know there was some, everyone was laughing at me as I struggled to figure out synthetic growing on another show, but it's going pretty well. This is how I'm doing it, right? I got my 4, grow A, grow B, CalMag and Balance, easily accessible. I got my Aparapen 5-in-1, trusty, like the steed of the operation.
I love those Aparapens. I wish we had a coupon code for you guys. For this
one. Dude, I know.
I just think listen, I've had better pens.
They're so reliable, dude.
But they you just can't beat those pens dollar for dollar. They work great. And I haven't broke a probe yet, but if you do, they're replaceable. People don't give them enough respect because it's like a name they've never heard of. But I can tell you, I've had Blue Labs die. I've never had an Apara die on me. I fucked one up myself because I didn't screw the thing on tight and it got wet and fucked it up. Because they are waterproof with the seal if you screw the cover on right. If you don't screw the cover on right, though, it's not waterproof.
Yeah, you got to put a little water in there for sure. So I like, I wish we had a coupon code for them. But again, it's worth the price, worth the cost of admission here with this 5-in-1, especially. It does TDS, it does pH, it does temperature, it does
ppm, EC. Right? Yeah, it does whatever you want.
It does a couple things.
Caboodle.
Yeah.
More than you need. I like that it's not a grow specific company. I like the fact that they built a product for a purpose that professionals use for settings other than growing some fucking fast buds in a 2x2 in your spare bedroom. You know what I mean? Like this is a professional product. Like again, like you talk Blue Lab, you've seen issues. I've seen some serious ass issues with that new AC Infinity pen. You know, just saying, like the all-in-one grow stop has to stop.
Wait. Let me ask you a question.
All-in-one grow stop shop.
Have you seen many complaints, or did you see one highly publicized complaint?
Fair point. I saw one that was really loud and said in all caps, so it sticks out in my mind.
I hesitate to grab the pitchforks and torches when one person is spouting off, and God knows how many of these things they've
fucking voice
I
of
have
reason,
an AC
G3.
Infinity fan.
All right. I'm going to put the pitchfork back, but I will still say that I just don't need a one-stop grow shop.
Though, if you do, they're changing our discount from 10 to 15%. So if you use Cultivation on AC Infinity, 15% off. And free shipping over $99.
Listen, and buy a great inline fan or a great grow tent.
Yep. They do have really high quality things. Not all of their things are high quality. We won't steer you wrong. So.
Yeah. Okay. So again, maybe they had some QC issues with that 5-in-1 going out for the first batch.
Here's what I would say about pretty much any AC Infinity product. I think that, listen, I've said it before. I like that they're trying to innovate. I do. And I actually don't mind the one-stop shop approach, but I want you to get it fucking right. I want you to just slow down, just slow down a little bit. And before we release these products to the masses, test them maybe a wee bit more.
Dude, like imagine a fucking fan company became the Milwaukee Tools of like the growing industry.
I get it, but that doesn't bother me.
There's growth everywhere.
Look, if it's more convenient for me, and look, at the end of the day, I think most of the products they make are of pretty good quality. I haven't had any issues with their fans except for in the beginning with the second gen 8-inch controller. I would have issues where the fan just wouldn't turn on. I'd have to unplug it and plug it back in. And I've said it before, I still use that fan. I have a workaround where it's on a smart plug that shuts on and off twice a day, and that remedied the issue. But I don't really use much of their shit besides their inline fans. But I think for an inline fan, you really can't do a whole lot better, especially when you get one with smart controls.
Their tents are super thick. I love the thickness of their tents. Saved my life once, so shout out to them.
Literally saved your life?
Literally, I would have impaled myself on a stake. So yes. And, they had the issues with the oscillating fans breaking down, and they stepped up and they fixed it, and now they work. So
I like a marketplace with more players. So I shall support companies with like these purpose-built products. They're kind of outside the grow sphere.
Well, I think
their game.
I think you could say that about any product though. Like if you want like a specialty tool, right? Like you're gonna buy it from a company that's all they do is they make like that particular tool. I'm trying to think of another example, but I understand. I like that logic, but I don't think Apara is like the creme de la creme either, though.
I don't even honestly. What's like their main shtick? Like, what are they? Do they make like? Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's Apara Instruments.
Who do they sell stuff for?
Their company name is Apara Instruments, so I imagine all they make is measuring instruments and lab shit.
Equipment.
Scientists in a lab be using this stuff. Right, so I'm all right. I'm shocked. I gotta say, I'm shocked that not one of you has mentioned what is up with this massive needle-looking spinal tap thing.
I thought we were getting there. I thought it was like you stick it in your thing and it like.
I know what it is. That's a newt syringe.
Yeah. The newt needle. The newt needle. I actually love it.
That sounds dangerous.
I love this thing. Like, I mean, especially with these big gallon bottles.
You You know what I like a little bit better is
Splashing and stuff.
the pumps. So I don't use bottled nutrients anymore, but when I did, I had you buy the covers that go on and you turns it into a pump. So you just like fucking liquid soap. Me personally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's just like a dosatron a little bit? Like
it's just a like you just hit it. Like you know when you fucking wash your hands with soap at your sink, you
pump.
Just a regular pump. Yep.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But before I forget, if you do want to continue using salts, when you run out of that shit, don't buy buy the Pro line. It's just so much easier. It's just 3 parts. Just 3 parts. And
yeah. You know,
the Pro line, the powdered stuff.
Yeah, it's just the core, the grow, and the bloom, and you're always using core, which is basically like your CalMag and some base nitrogen, and then you have the bloom and the grow, whatever phase of grow you're in.
Fair point. You know, like it is a little complex. Like you saw me struggling a few episodes back, but like after you kind of like do the calculations, all the like the math of like, you know, converting your milliliters and your grams, God knows, you know, milliliters per gallon, and how many gallons are you feeding? How many milliliters will you need? But it's easy once you get it figured out, because you're going to essentially feed the same like every time. At least that's what I'm doing.
Make sure you shake the shit out of those too before you.
Oh yeah, give it a good. For sure.
Yeah, even shaking baby syndrome, you know.
Shaking nutrient syndrome.
Yep.
But it's, you know, it's becomes very routine is kind of the point, and like I know what dose of you know, pH down will get me to my target, like pH of 6.2. Super easy now.
Perfect.
So I don't know. It's just like all things. It just takes.
Are you feeding like a normal strength, light, heavy?
Definitely feeding on the lighter side.
Yeah, you know, I think you're in soil, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was soil. I wouldn't call it that anymore. It's just a medium now.
Just peat, basically.
The ghosts of a soil.
Just peat, basically, with a little bit of cocoa.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's all you need, especially for what you're just. So, what's your purpose with those? I thought you said you got to pick just the best one.
Run. The best one is moving on to the next round of American Gladiator.
All right. Well, before you decide to kill them, make sure you take like 6 or 7 snips of each. Throw them in a fucking sandwich bag and send them to Monsta. You know, they don't even have to be rooted.
No, I absolutely will, dude. Trust me. Like and that's why I'm in the gulag. You know, I want to get these done because I want to figure out which one is the best. And they are like truly perfectly dried right now in the bin. So I'm like, don't want them to like, not that they will in the bin. They're very stable, I find, and they can be kept there for weeks. But I don't like to leave them for much more than like a couple weeks in the bins, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
I'd much rather than be in jars.
You're getting
what's your plan?
Changes.
You're gonna fill a tent with one, like with clones of the favorite one?
No, I don't even know if that is the plan, man. I might make some seeds with it, you know? Like have like a one that I know I really love, like a regular. I'm sorry, these were feminized seeds. Maybe, you know, it would just be kind of like experimental seed making.
Yeah, you could always S1 something.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, but yeah, that was my initial kind of thought process when doing it. Because I've never run an entire tent of the same cultivar.
Might be a good experience for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to try it one day, yeah. Especially like knowing already kind of how it grows and what to expect from it. It's just like, yeah, I feel like I could get a better grow out of it. all around, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you remember what she was like when you grew her out. Like, oh man, I wish I had hit her with some calcium a little sooner, or whatever. Just, you know what I mean. Shit like that. Like, oh, she's a heavy feeder. I could have pushed her harder. Or, man, she really fucking didn't like those wet shoes. Maybe I should back off a little bit. Things like that.
Well, we shall see. But I will absolutely. You guys will get samples of all 4 of the different strains I grew before I kill or snuff any of these.
Yeah.
Promise.
I'm very interested to try that. What was it was the biscotti?
It was Ram Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that one, honestly, I love it. Don't like that terp profile. I'll talk way more about on the next show. Fucking insane. But like, I feel like I can't give these a proper judgment yet because I haven't been feeling well either. Like, my sinus has been stuffy, inflamed. And most importantly, I've been like tired. So yeah, every time I smoke this Ram Scotty, like I end up fucking passed out on the couch. Every single time. Even when
that could be a good effect though. Like you could want that sometimes.
I can't, I'm just going with the flow. I'm not, no preconceived notions, right? That's what it does to me. But yeah, it's like, I love that. I love having one of those in the stable at all times. You know what I mean? Just for like nighttime purposes. But I'm not sure if that is exactly what it's doing to me or if it's from like all the Sudafed and shit that I've been taking to,
make meth.
I'm just high on Robitussin.
Breathe.
I can't really gauge the effects because I've been drinking cough syrup by the bottle.
Oh,
no,
that sounds healthy.
Not at all. But I think I've been like worn out and like the falling asleep might just be because I'm fighting off something.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think getting like a more of a community consensus on it would definitely be the way to go about.
I was just going to ask you if you were going to take input from other people into your decision.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I volunteer as tribute.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll make sure.
So I want to clear one thing up. I just saw a comment here that popped up. So he said he used to be mad about seeds in the 2000s. Now it's just a happy mistake in the bud. I don't really see it that way all the time, personally. If you have a seed in the bud and you grow it, I'm not telling you that it's going to be bad, but that seed now has a much higher tendency to have intersex traits and fucking herm out. So, but look, there have been people that have found gold in bag seeds, right? But I wouldn't necessarily say that that's cool, especially with the cost of seeds now. Like if you're growing out a bag seed because it was free, I mean, look, there are people you can get packs from for fucking, what, $40, $30?
Yeah, if that.
I'd rather just go
I don't
that
know.
route,
I feel like one or two in there is like, oh, fun. That could be fun. But if you're fully seated, then it's kind of like shit.
Fully seated sucks.
That sucks. But I want to make another point. Like, think about, let's just say you're going to get 3, if you're good, maybe 4 grows in it per year. Do you really want to waste your energy and time and money growing out a bag seed?
My first girl ever was a bag seed.
Yeah, and you did pretty well. I know.
I did. She did great.
But I personally, I wouldn't advise that. I mean, would you really advise somebody to just grow a bag seed for the first girl? G3?
No, there are better choices, but
not in 2024.
Sometimes it's exciting. Like there was this blueberry muffins that I loved, and it wasn't mine. And I found a seed in it, and that was like a gift from the goddess. I was like, oh my gosh, this could be exciting. I could grow this on my own. So like, will I grow that bag seed? You bet your ass I will.
Badger had a good point, I see too. If it was from years ago, yes. Yeah, that's more intriguing to me to be able
Yeah,
to
true.
find some sort of something, maybe some lost terpene profile with
Mm.
fucking that's gone, you know? Yeah, that would definitely be more intriguing to
You
me.
find like a lost pair of your uncle's jeans that he used to wear and like, carry that like that skunk weed around.
So I
It's
have
just a
these seeds I've been trying to pop. I
bag from
tried 4 or 5
'91.
of them. A friend of mine gave me these seeds probably 10 years ago, maybe even longer. I'm trying to think.
Hmm.
He called it lemon pot pie. And I'm just having a hard time getting him to crack. I know there's some tricks. I don't know if anybody has any sure, true,
Yeah, like
tried methods.
scuffing them up with
Yeah.
sandpaper
Yeah.
and soaking them in hydrogen
I only
peroxide.
have like, I don't know, a dozen or so of them left. So
I've
I don't want to.
seen even like specialty made like seed scuffer tools to like some breeders sell them. I'm not sure which, but I have seen them out there. Um, yeah, if you have old seeds, you want to like definitely get them to pop. You know, if you can. Usually, sometimes they need a little encouragement.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to
Um,
try because by general methods, it hasn't been working too well. So
mm,
I've heard of all those methods. I didn't know if anybody had like, yeah, I've done this. I want to hear somebody that's tried it. And yeah, I've seen those
yeah,
seed
hit
crackers.
them
It's
up in
funny
Discord.
you mentioned that. I actually have one of those seed crackers. It's not a seed cracker. It's a they call it a 3-blade micrometer, and we use it to measure 3 fluted cutters in the
Okay,
machining world. And basically, it's the same tool. It's funny when I
micrometer
yeah
or micrometer.
a it's a it's not your common micrometer, and they're actually really expensive. But yeah, I've seen those seed crackers. That one's really intriguing to me. Actually, you're cracking it just a little bit, and then you know,
Scary. That's scary.
Need
I think
like
Rooter.
someone's got to build like a nutcracker, but you know, like like a a thing,
yeah.
you know, like a humanoid seed cracker thing, though. Like
Yeah.
could do the
I've heard of the
ballad of the seed
peroxide. I've heard
crackers.
of the file.
Be
I
great.
think
I think Rudy went through this like maybe a year or two ago where he was
yeah.
struggling to get some seeds to pop. So he might be a good resource for that.
They don't last forever, and
Uh,
that's just a reminder to people to fucking grow your fucking seeds. I've said it
yeah,
before.
Hmm.
they
I'm
don't last
just as
forever.
bad. Like, don't do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm fucking
We
stoned.
all
This is
just
my.
need more space to grow.
I
That's truly all it
know.
is. I mean,
I
you know,
know. I
but
know. Fucking overgrow America.
I know. Just one day, before they go bad, I will like you know if there's an expiration date on all my seeds, I'll like go out before that and like, scatter them in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully none
They
of them are
definitely do
male.
need to be kept in proper conditions. And for years, I was vigilant about keeping them in proper conditions, but
I gotta
I'm
like
not the
write that
best
in my
anymore.
living will. Somebody, please pop all my seeds. If if you can, go tell my seed collection that I love it and I want it to grow.
Yeah, I hope
My
my
Everybody
wife
at your
dying
doesn't get.
funeral
wish.
gets the seed with the instructions they have to go grow it,
If I
or you'll
die,
haunt them.
I hope my wife does something good with them. Don't just like throw them away. You know what I mean? Fucking do something with them. Give them
Oh
to
yeah,
somebody.
for sure.
Yeah, fuck.
Find someone that'll grow them that needs them, or you know, um, or sell them and pay for the mortgage on the house. You know.
Yeah. She's got a
I don't
nasty
know.
crack habit too. So no, I'm just kidding. She'd kill me if she even heard me joking about that. Yeah.
Well, I think pretty sure we got a little terpene school with G3
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh, I wanted to let you guys know I finally got the golden goat in soil. So I have a
Ooh.
plant growing. Hooray.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't even ask you
No.
about your.
I mean, it's nothing like it really just happened over the last couple of days. This was so dumb of me. The first one, so my house is a little chilly right now, and I didn't my tents weren't like ready for them yet. So I took a seed and I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll put it in my oven with the oven light on. This is a common way I use to rise dough when I'm making bread.
Now, do you have a gas oven?
No.
Okay, because all right.
Like there's a lot of weird jokes we could make.
It was just like the light.
Like a seed holocaust. It was horrible.
They came. Well, yeah, that did kind of happen. So
really,
it was like nice and it was fine in there. It was like maybe around 90 when I left for work. And then when I got home, it was like 107 in there. So I was
should have been able to handle that for a little bit. Did it kill it?
Yeah. I don't know, but it didn't pop. So I was like, okay, we're going to just replace this now. I'm not going to fuss over this. So I popped another one just on the counter like normal.
Oh, you were germinating a seed?
I was germinating.
You know where's a great place that people often overlook? The top of your refrigerator. It's consistently warm.
Oh, I never even considered that. I was like going to put it under a light or something, and then like everything is in my house is LEDs. Yeah. So it was just, but she's popped. She's in soil. She's going. Golden goat. Here we go.
Awesome.
Right,
the official from Irie Genetics.
The official from Irie.
Ross to Jeff himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. So fingers crossed.
Very
I haven't
cool.
grown a photo period in a long time. So.
All right. So you're going to have that, but are you going to join our Grow Along G3?
Fuck yeah, I am. That's why I had to throw out all of my other plans. Like I would have an entire 4x4 filled with plants. Yeah. Well, with seeds right now, but no, I'm waiting for joint. So we have just the one little golden goat in the 3x3, and she's just going to get babied until the Grow Along.
I love it. You got to always have something, even if it's like, me with like a couple moms, and I'm just like doing a little playing around with synthetic nutrients and stuff.
To have cannabis plants, I don't feel right.
I definitely took a couple months of a break. I needed it. There was just too much going on. And every time I tried to grow again, they would get so neglected that it would just fail. And that would make me feel worse about myself. So sometimes you just need to take a little bit of break. Couple months off. Now we're back at it. It's great. Like, thrilled to be back. So.
Absolutely.
Hooray.
It's like when you get writer's block, you step away.
Yeah.
Go for a walk and let the world inspire you.
A little bit of a new perspective.
I'm back to it. Cool. Well, I love it.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to learn about limonene.
I love it. One of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Yes. So limonene is one of the major terpenes. Up with myrcene, you're going to see it in a lot of plants, a lot of them. And it exists not just in cannabis, but it is so prevalent throughout our entire world that it's actually kind of hard to find specific cannabis and limonene studies because there's so many other hugely abundant sources of limonene that it's just kind of not around. But there's a ton of stuff about limonene. So limonene is a cyclic monoterpene. It's a monoterpene just like myrcene was. So that's 2 isoprene units combined, which is probably why it's one of the more prevalent ones because it's relatively easy to make these 2 isomer units. So there's 2 different types of limonene. There's D-limonene and there's L-limonene. And they are mirror images of each other. So them being mirror images of each other, the effects say the same. The one big difference is their smell. So D-limonene is mostly found in orange peels. When you get it in cannabis, that's where you get like a lot of your tangy flavors, a lot of orange. And L-limonene is mostly found in lemons. In cannabis, you get a lemon, or some people report a pine or a turpentine kind of flavor to it. So that's
really
the only. Yep. The main, I guess, praise for limonene is mood adjustment. So it decreases your anxiety, both anxiety caused by THC and just general anxiety in your life. gives you much more of an uplifting mood, a little bit of euphoria. It's just like that is what makes weed happy, bright, happy, like lemons. So you get to see that a lot in things
when
like
life gives you lemons, it's actually a great thing.
Yep. When life gives you lemons, smoke some limonene.
You know what I learned? It's interesting. Like, so lemons are actually a hybrid, a cross of like a citron and I forget what else, but like it's not a natural fruit. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that life never gave us lemons. We made them and gave them to ourselves.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. We cultivated our own lemons.
That's right. But I'm sorry. This is super weird, though. There's 2 types of limonene.
Yep. Limonene. Yep. 2 different types. I mean, it's the same chemical structure. It's just a mirror image. So the only real difference between them is the aroma that they give off, the flavoring that they give off. But the effects are generally seen to be the same in both of them. So it's kind of the across the board thing, like a lot of our terpenes are. You've got antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, anti-pain, which kind of is a lot of them. So you see it a lot in Durban poisons, Jack Herer, sour diesel.
I was going to say Jack Herer. So for
all of your super lemons, all of that has super high limonene in it. Super
lemon haze, for sure. Anything like orange, lemon, lime, I would assume has to have a lot of limonene. And for me, my best experience with this terpene comes from like our friend Joint Custody. When I grew his Cushion OJ, that thing was packed with it. Had to be. Remind me of the 2 types and kind of like what the difference is, if you can, please.
Wait, say that. Ask again. What was
like the
question?
2 types of limonene and like what their profiles are.
Yeah. So D-limonene is mostly found in oranges, orange peels. So that's where that TNG comes from.
Gotcha.
And L-limonene is mostly found in lemons. So that's your
like
more
estrogen,
lemony,
more like. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. And so you can actually like imagine it with those super lemony flavors and profiles. You do get a little bit of pine in there. You get a little bit of pine, turpentine type things in there. It's very like that kind of slightly astringent. I find it's really easy for limonene to kind of feel a little bit like pinene a little bit, or taste a little bit like pinene. So they kind of are similar in that way.
Well, it's cool too, because like that joint, I remember talking to him about that one, and he was like, "Yeah, this is my my depression killer."
Yep.
It's like happy weed, just makes you super upbeat and like in a great mood, even on the come down. After 2-3 hours after you smoked, still in a great mood.
Yeah, they're working on more studies with this, but limonene in general, these studies that I saw were not specifically about cannabis, but limonene in general can help increase the production of both dopamine and serotonin in your brain. So if you don't make a whole lot of dopamine, like if you have ADHD, limonene can help by helping you, encouraging your brain to make those neurotransmitters.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
And it's also been studied to like help reduce cancer to sizes and amounts of cancer cells, like most of the other terpenes. So, yep, it's the happy terpene.
Wow,
I like her a lot. I think she's wonderful.
A terp we all want to have more of in our lives.
Yep. You want that happy weed? Go for limonene.
Interesting. Very interesting. But do we want? Does it matter necessarily if it's the one type or the other? They're both
supposedly
great for those effects.
Both of them are the same. It's just the smell and flavor is slightly different. Yep, still does this thing. Chemical reactions in your brain. Gotta love it.
Feel so much closer to the plant that I love after hearing these. And learning about the terps,
Yeah,
It's great.
that's wonderful because I mean the plant is so magical just by it's so multifaceted. You've got all of your cannabinoids that have different effects on you, and then you've got all of these terpenes that also have different effects on you. It's like you can cherry pick your perfect medicine. I, talk all the time about right strain for the right time, for the right effect, for what you want it for. And knowing your terpenes and your cannabinoids and how they interact with your personal endocannabinoid system, that's going to help you find what works best for you.
So like for my current, or your current state with like you got a little sinus inflammation, not feeling so hot, I would say you need a little of those anti-inflammatory terps.
Yep. So you need some beta caryophyllene.
That's the one. And you need a little bit of limonene to brighten up your mood.
Yep.
To also, you said it was a nasal decongestant.
Asamine. Yes, is a nasal decongestant.
All right, that's the one. That's the one.
And then, adding in a little CBD maybe, instead of just THC, having something that's a little higher in CBD when you're not feeling well will definitely help with the anti-inflammatory, help make you feel better.
Or do we find more of those like rare, lesser cannabinoids in like hemp strains, CBD?
CBD is definitely found in higher amounts in hemp.
What about that asamine, though?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
Is that just, do we get more of those more exotic? I guess is what I'm trying to say, like more exotic and, lesser known terpenes, I have to imagine come from like lesser grown strains of weed.
It's certainly possible. I mean, I don't know that there's a lot of
speculating.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible that hemp could also, or higher CBD strains as well, could hold different profiles that may have, different things that you're looking for in them. But thanks to the DuPonts and their nylon fiber, we didn't get to go headfirst into hemp, and so our studies on it are very far behind where they should be.
That's why we got Mylar bags instead of hemp.
That's the least of what the DuPonts fucking did.
I know, yeah, that truth. That truth. But they made some chemicals there,
Atomic chemicals.
Ain't got no gas in it.
That shit never gets old. I don't care what anyone says.
Sling Blade is the movie.
Dude, great fucking. Again, I don't know. Not to go too far off topic, but there's a guy on YouTube that impersonates him, and he drives up to like drive-thrus and orders food like Sling Blade. Just fucking.
He talks like him.
Just go check it out. It's fucking pretty funny.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, well, you gotta watch that. Yeah, just go watch it for sure. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
All right.
It'd be funny to do that. Like that's my new judgment of strains of weed. Ain't got no gas in it.
I've seen weed memes with that joke.
Was that Billy Bob?
Yeah.
Dude, really? Crazy. He's actually a good actor, man. Gotta give it up to him.
You know what I mean?
Gotta give it up to him. Well, so yeah, real quick too. I wanna break into a Patreon's garden. Well, I have you all here. Do it.
Break down the door.
Come.
We're coming in.
All right. So we are today. All right, I can do this better, can't I, Monsta? I'm gonna go to Full screen.
So
Okay.
I tried to put these in sequential order. I believe I did. Could be wrong.
No worries. So this is cool. I see
Like
the
an octopus.
Yeah, what's
Like an upside down octopus.
So this is some heavy duty training, and it actually when you train like that, and you look at the plant, right, it looks kind of sad. You come back the
that's
next
right
day.
away.
Yeah. You come back the next day, and it's like it never even happened.
Truth. Yeah, always trust the process kind of thing when you're doing a training, and expect your plant to not love it.
Yeah, this is Heathen's Garden.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. We wanted to say who it is. Heathen Gardens.
Yep. And he goes by Heathen Gardening on
Heathen Gardening.
Yeah, I believe. So
correct. Cool. Yeah. All right. So this is definitely that AC Infinity Scrognet, which works a charm, I gotta say. They make a fantastic Scrognet. Had no issues with mine. What's going on with
Cultivation?
Yeah, use code Cultivation. Absolutely.
15% off.
Did I see it works on Amazon now?
Okay, so there are some content creators who have an Amazon code. However, they really want to push people towards their site, so the Amazon discount is dropping from 10% to 5%. So if you use an Amazon code, you're getting 5% off. If you use our code on their site, you get 15% off. And then if you're over $99, it's free shipping.
Gotcha. So our code doesn't work on Amazon, but we have a code that gives you a higher percentage off. You just got to use it on their website, and maybe wait a little longer for your shipping.
Right. It's not going to be there in 2 days, but they do ship very fast.
They ship pretty quick.
I've never waited a super long time for my stuff from them.
And it came in a box, I remember. When I got some of my stuff, it was like, very well discreetly packaged. So
yes, they've gotten so much better about that.
Then props are due, for sure.
I'm sure they got a lot of complaints about they had beautiful packing tape that just had cannabis leaves all over it. It was beautiful, but it was not great for Prohibition land.
And when the box says grow room ventilation on it, I mean.
Yeah.
I know, right?
They're better about that now, though. They're definitely discreet now.
Well, anyway, we'll go back to Heathen Gardening.
Yes,
Heathen Gardening's garden. It's a bit of a tongue twister. So what's going on with this pitcher?
Yeah, what is that?
I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to get him here hear what he has to say. I looked at it for a while.
Big gulp on the floor.
Looks like
Pepsi
it was leftover food, and that was maybe his stirring tool. I don't know. But
I don't know. I'm getting the sense that it's some kind of like runoff drainage thing, or I don't know. Or it's just well and truly like what he uses to water his plant with, his watering jug.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards, but I'm not
Perhaps.
sure.
It's the simplest answer I can think of.
See.
Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. We're on the next one. And this is now the next day, I assume.
I don't know about the next day. Maybe it looks like about a week or so ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see, she's definitely recovered fine. Looking pretty good. Lots of tops, or potential tops, I guess you'd say. So yeah,
for sure. All right. So upon further inspection, I'm seeing a blue mat, 2 carrots in his soil, one on the top, one on the bottom. That are, so that's the water, that's his watering, line.
Yep. Okay.
With two drip emitters coming from the top, and he's using, gravity fed water line with a bit of, he's got like a valve on the end to clear it, and I imagine that jug was,
that's probably what he was doing, and that's what you were
the
probably
line.
Seeing inside of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Clear, Cap. You fucking
It's making sense.
crack the code.
I've seen a grow tent or two in my life, I tell you.
Yeah.
Got a bit of experience on you whippersnappers.
Mm-hmm.
So I see his like, his probe hanging down here on the right top corner. His temperature and
Humidity.
his probe, his AC, controller 669 probe hanging into the canopy, which is in fact the best place for it to be.
Just make sure it's not touching any of your leaves. Can't
Correct.
be touching anything.
Truth.
You'll get a false reading. 100%.
Then it'll enter a microclimate, and yeah. But if it's well and truly in the canopy without being like obstructed by leaves, I think that's where you want your readings, is it not?
As close to the middle as possible.
Gotcha. So you might advise him to like move it more towards the center of the tent, but then drop it down into that canopy.
Well,
still, right?
because so at the end of the day, we're trying to mitigate the highest temperature possible, right? Well, that's going to be in the middle, right at the where the light is the strongest.
I like that thought process.
Yep.
So then it would trigger the fan to come on, based on the hottest.
Let's be
point
real
in
though,
the
like
tent.
maybe a degree or two at best where he's at there.
Yeah, it's probably
So
fine.
it's
I like
not.
it there. I like it.
I would just I wouldn't go fucking making any crazy changes.
Cool. It looks like I'd wager, using a soil medium, just if he's got a blue mott setup. Though that not necessarily, I don't know. It could be one of those like
I see plenty of people do blue blats with cocoa. But yeah, if I had to guess, I would say soil.
Could be like a was once soil type situation.
It's hard to see in that pit, but isn't there? It looks like he's possibly got something covering the top of that soil. Maybe no, I guess not.
It looks like there's all I see is a soil, mixed with perlite. I don't think he's got like a top mulch layer or nothing.
Fuck mites. I like that.
Fuck
sticker.
mites. Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. Did mites hurt you at some point?
Nobody has a sticker like that unless they did.
That's
That's a PTSD sticker if I ever saw one.
Yeah. I promise you, if you grow long enough, you'll deal with them at one point.
Show
They're
us
such
on
a
the
pain.
plant where the mites hurt you. But yeah, I'm sorry that if you did, that's a hell of a sticker. I like it. So I'm not like, it's just a cool looking angle, good looking plant. I'm not picking up like any new additional info from the tent. He's got it. Although, okay, he does have his exhaust fan inside his tent, which, I struggle to find a good reason why it should be kept inside of the tent.
I keep mine inside the tent.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I think if you're exhausting, and especially if you have carbon filtration, that carbon
Yep, that's exactly why. Because I have a carbon filter stuck to it, and it's exhausting out of my tent.
That was one of the lessons we learned on a previous episode. You want to push rather than pull through.
Pull. You want to pull the air through the
rather
filter.
than push.
Yeah, it'll work both ways, and I've gotten in this argument with people multiple times, but I don't care a fuck what filter there is in this planet. They're all, generally speaking, they're designed to work with air coming in through them. And not to go down the fucking rabbit hole, but just think about it from an efficiency standpoint, right? Let's say you're pushing that air in. It's not going to be able to, first of all, if you have a leak in your duct line, you're fucked. You're just going to be blasting stank out. And yes, some of it's going to hit that carbon filter, but if you have a nice tight seal and you get that filter on there, it's going to be a lot more efficient.
So I wonder if he has his exhaust or his, if there is a carbon filter then on the other end of this exhaust fan. Maybe we shall see. Additional image. Not in this one.
Yeah, look at that trunk.
But yeah, looking like a solid training job on this.
Yeah, he's cleaned up a lot of the lower bullshit.
This is hanging in his tree.
The who?
Say it again.
You see the like bags hanging on?
Oh, that's probably beneficial insects, if I had to guess.
Oh, for the mites.
Oh, for the mites that hurt him.
Yeah, for the mites that hurt him.
It's just, probably a precautionary sort of thing. I have to imagine. Again, like if at some point, right, if you're a person who like was like mites, I'm not joking about it. Like mites can fucking hurt you real bad if they come at like the wrong time. They can devastate a whole room,
Yeah, and look, spider
crop.
mites ain't no thing. Those are easy to get rid of. You can just clean up after yourself and don't allow fucking fucknuts in your grow room. But like broad mites and russet mites, yeah, it's a different story. Those are a fucking battle. You might as well burn your house down. Yeah.
So yeah. I get it, but it's like, yeah, I imagine someone who's had that happen before is going to take every precaution to make sure it doesn't happen again. So I like it.
Definitely.
He'll have to, you got to come into Discord there, Heathen, and let us know where you get your beneficial insects. I'm sure some people would like to know what they are, all that cool stuff. Ooh, I love this picture.
Whoa.
Look at that canopy.
Yeah, that's all one plant, too.
You just get lost in this. Yeah.
Look at the size of those leaves.
That's awesome. So what's this? Like a 3x3? Either
a 3x3 or 4x4. It's hard to tell. But either way, I mean, shit. You can see it's like week 1.5 of flower.
Yeah.
Maybe you could start. It's looking pretty good.
That's got to be like, yeah. It's like, little, not quite pom buds yet. Almost there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stretching up to that light. Beautiful. Wow, I love this picture.
Yeah. Those leaves. Wow.
Yeah, that nice sheen. You can tell they're nice and healthy.
Yep.
If they're healthy at this stage too, like you got a really good start to your run. That's super important.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wow. A couple weeks later now. Look at that.
Bam.
Look at those tops. Holy cow.
That's a big old one of those
beautiful.
Like I know, it really is.
No fucking larf there.
It don't look like it. He did a very nice leg shave on her. The bottom up.
Yeah.
Her whole shape is beautiful.
Looks good.
Chunky.
Good.
It's one of those like old school. I feel like this is one of those like TSL like 2000 lights. This has Mars Hydro vibes, but like
Mars, Vipar, whatever.
I have the same one. I think it just works.
I said I think on the last show, man, those quantum boards will still fucking rock out.
Yeah, they put out so much light. And they get a little warm, but I find that that's actually like a good thing most of the year. They don't get
and it's not like the lights themselves
like,
kind of get warm. It's the drivers that I feel really get warm on those. And a lot of the ones like the Mijus and the King Brights and stuff, if you're going straight quantum board, you can actually take your driver off of the light, keep it still connected, and put it outside your tent.
Yeah.
Cool.
I always recommend people do that.
A great idea. I love this picture too. Oh my gosh, look at this one.
Beautiful work.
From above.
How many tops can you count?
I don't know. But yeah, this is like, you're approaching trim. I don't want to say this is not trim gulag territory, we can't minimize the gulag. This is definitely a harsh sentence in jail though.
Yeah, but you know something, for anybody that's trimmed enough, the big fat chunky buds are so much easier to trim.
You want all to minimize the larf is so clutch.
I actually don't even mind trimming the tops, not gonna lie. Like
Right?
I hate trimming, but like when you're trimming the fucking tops, and you're like, look at this one, man. Oh no, wait a minute, dude, this one. Look at this one. That's
Yeah.
fun. That's kind of fun to me, not gonna lie. But yeah, trimming the larf and the lowers, not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, like, but it's just more work. It's a lot harder to trim
Just
the
wash it all.
smallest shit.
Wash it all.
Truth. This beautiful top, comrade.
Mm.
You do perfect trim job. Make it worth
So
lots
much
of money.
easier. So much easier.
Wow. You gotta let us know what strain this is too. This is the beautiful pictures. I love it. Got some frost rails. We got some. Sometimes I get those broken leaves too. I don't know. He probably like fat fingered it one day and broke.
It doesn't
broke a
take
leaf.
much to do that.
Mm-mm.
It happens. But yeah, love it. Very frosty.
So that is, let's see. He says he calls this pheno Pineapple Queen. It's
Okay.
Pineapple Express crossed with Mac, crossed with Cindy
Nice.
99, crossed with Baker's Dozen.
Damn.
All right. Yeah, all right.
Everything
That's
and
so
the kitchen sink.
we were.
I see a lot of the Cindy
guessing.
99 in there now that he said that, because I've grown at least 2 or 3 strains with the Cindy in it. Yeah, looks good.
That's cool. It's definitely a narrow leafer. I was going to say, that is an observation you can make right away.
Yeah,
But they're
100%.
fat, though.
For sure. Might take 10 week, 12 week. I think this is the end, though. We shall have to.
I don't think that's going to take that long. That's probably a
No?
9-10 weeker. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, this is the end. We'll have to get an update from you,
The end.
Ethan. Very nice. Dean, comrade.
Good job, Heathen Garden. And
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love it, man.
gorgeous
Thank you for
work.
sharing, and thank you most of all for being a Patreon,
Mhm.
supporting the show. We're a community-driven podcast. Yeah, we want to help. How do I get this off the screen now? Oh, there we go.
there you go.
There we go.
Bam.
Cool. So yeah, you can always become a Patreon, but you don't have to. You can come just join us on Discord. Thank you. You can hit us up on Instagram. We're still there from time to time, but like Discord's really where you want to be these days.
Yeah, fuck Instagram.
Mhm.
I just don't get anything done when I log on. I see no posts from anyone that I follow. It's all just
Too much bullshit.
Yeah.
They turned a great product into something that's just pure fucking trash.
It's just all marketing now. It's just
Yeah.
buy, sell,
but
buy, sell, buy,
that's
sell.
like the internet 3.0.
Mhm.
It's like
Got, if
ever
you
hear
want
the
to shake
dead
your ass and
internet
tits,
theory?
that's cool. But post a picture of a fucking plant and you get fucking warnings and fucking takedowns and
Shadow
fucking
bans.
dude.
Nobody's been able to see my account naturally for years. You just have to type in my
know.
name, or else you're
We've
never
all
going
been
to see my
shadow
stuff.
banned.
I'm just sick of it.
Yep.
Fuck Instagram.
That's
You won't
stupid.
see me much on there anymore.
Well, you can find us there still, but you can find us
Yeah.
on our Discord. And thanks, Nicholas. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good sleep. Enjoy your work in the morning. And yeah, like I'm saying, you can join us live too. If you like the interaction, like to troll in the chat, you can do
Don't
that too.
troll. No. What?
Mild
No.
trolling. Mild.
I don't give a fuck. Let them come and troll.
trolling.
I do. Do not come onto the show and be mean.
I'll just
Don't
hit
do
him with the
that.
band
No,
hammer.
I'm not
Good
saying
vibes.
be mean. I'm not. You
That's
don't
what
have to
trolling
be.
is, isn't
no,
it?
you don't
Yeah.
have to be a mean troll.
Yeah.
Be like a super nice troll.
Yeah, laddie. Nothing wrong with that.
Never in my life have I met a super nice
Hey,
girl.
listen.
Oh.
There's lots of different types of trolls.
Yeah.
G3.
All right.
If
Three
you're
really good, Gruff.
if you're
Yeah,
listening
yeah,
to
I'm
the
saying,
to the audio version of this, we go live most Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. And if you have Gromies, guys, tell a friend. you like the show, tell a friend. Word of mouth helps us more than anything. So
That's
And
right.
you can always watch older shows on YouTube under I think there's a section for lives. I don't believe they all come up under videos, but they are there under lives.
Yeah, and
So,
Yes.
these are all there.
we're updating it slowly but surely.
Yeah,
where you can just. It's a painstaking process to upload an hour and a half video to YouTube. I don't know if people realize that.
We don't have like any interns or anything. You know, we got to do our own YouTube uploads, and every bit of content creation is painstakingly handmade.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
It's the old school way. Sometimes I need to learn the process before I do it.
Oh, that takes too long.
I'm a bit of an old man. But yeah, we appreciate all you guys. Seriously, it's for the community, well and truly. And thank you, Monsta. Thank you, G3, as always.
Thank you, Cap. Thank you, Monsta. And thank you to everyone in the chat for joining us tonight. We love you all and are thrilled for you to be here.
Truly.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys keep in touch with yourselves.
Right. And most importantly, don't get caught, comrade.